Maverick 100.9, Aggieland's country alternative. It's Corliss. Glad to always be joined by my friend and Aggieland artist, Hayden Baker. How are you?
I'm great. It's good to be back, Corliss. Good to see you.
I'm already running out of breath. We've been catching up, and, you and I, anytime we catch up, I feel like we have tons to talk about. Mm-hmm. So, first on the docket, we got to get the new music out of the way, man, because we've been waiting on it. You've got At Least I'm Here
coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
On Thursday. It'll
be
out
and we
tomorrow.
have it first.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about this one. Is this a sad one?
No. It is about as honky-tonk upbeat as you can get. It's a breakup-ish type song.
Okay.
But we made it fast and rowdy and fun. The whole premise was I went to the writer's room with this idea for a song called I'm Still Here, and it was like when you go up to somebody who's having a tough time and you'd be like, hey man, how's it going? And they go, well, I'm here. It's like, oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Boy's having a tough time. So I had it written kind of like a ballad, kind of so like, I'm still here, could be worse, like all that kind of stuff. I was like, boys, let's just make this honky tonk. And so we wrote it, this whole kind of thing. At least I'm here, at least I'm alive, I'm above ground, gonna have another round, all that kind of stuff. And at least I'm at the bar, could be worse. So it's just a fun, old-time country 90s kind of song.
You just can't help it, can you?
No, I
Will
can't.
we ever get a ballad from you? I need to know.
Yes, I have. So getting into what we're probably going to talk about, the publishing deal I signed with Ronnie.
Right.
With Ronnie Dunn. I've written close to 100 songs in the past year.
Right.
And there's plenty of ballads. There's one about my granddad, passed away back in February.
Yep.
Me and Trent Woolman wrote one. It's kind of for my grandma. It's kind of what my granddad would have said to her, as he was going. That's beautiful. That will be out, and it's about as ballad as you can get.
Okay.
So there's plenty of ballads coming.
I'm just curious, because you really have honed in on your own form of honky tonk tunes, which I absolutely love, and it's always familiar, but it's always something new, and I don't know how you've always twisted it into that, but it works perfectly. But I want you to make me cry one of these days.
I will. We've got some. Yeah, I guess the honky tonk sound. People have been saying my sound is like if Brad Paisley played guitar on a Brooks and Dunn song.
That would make sense, actually.
So that's kind of what I've been going with as a description of it.
Well, we're going to honky tonk it up right here on Maverick for the first time anywhere, everywhere, period, because this does not come out until midnight. We've got Hayden Baker and At Least I'm Here.
Come on.
Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but it is available everywhere. August 12th to download and stream, and today's interview continues now. Hayden Baker, At Least I'm Here, and he is here on Maverick 100.9. Always good to see you, and always great that you bring the new music to us.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing it to us first. I am so excited for you.
Thank you so much. Me too. This is the first of many. We went to the studio and cut a few back in May. This was one of them, and I'm going back probably in October to cut some more, and we're leaning towards another record.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking earlier about you've spent the past year, your job was writing and only writing for Ronnie Dunn's publishing company.
Yeah.
And can you explain to people who don't necessarily know what that means, what that is, and how that helps you as an independent artist?
Right. So a publishing deal is essentially, you get paid a salary to write songs. You have to submit a certain amount of songs per year to your publisher to either, me being an artist is a little bit different. Some of them were considered for me to record, or they'd be pitched out to other artists to record.
Right.
But the whole thing for me was I've been equating it to kind of like going to grad school for songwriting. I spent a year in grad school in Nashville with some of the best songwriters in town, Ronnie included. We've written a few together, and just kind of figuring that out, because before I signed the deal, it was, we put out Against the Grain, that record back in 2020. I wrote 10 songs and recorded 10 songs,
That was it.
That was it,
there was no
Now
leeway.
It's like I've written 100 and we're going to pick the best 10, which is how you should be doing it. And
yes.
It's been a wonderful experience. I still I just got back from Nashville. I guess it was last week. We wrote I think 5 or 6, and then I'm going back up there in September to write some more. And it's just it's really cool. It's another level. getting up there and writing with those guys in that room. They do it so quick, you know. They come into the room with the notion of we're coming out of this room with the best song we can come out of.
Yeah.
You know, whereas if I'm down here by myself, it's just like if I lose focus, I'm like, well, I'm going to go to the chicken or something.
Right.
You know?
Yes. Yes.
So you go up there, it's like, all right, we're getting down to business.
Or even that, you're in your own head judging your own music, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad.
Exactly.
And it can be for numerous reasons. You can love something and because it's personal to you, but maybe coming out, it doesn't connect with anyone else. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's great having one or two other guys in the room, especially that are super experienced, that can say, that is good. Let's leave that in there. Or, you know what? I think we can make that line better.
Right.
You know, it's great having that. I love co-writing.
That is super cool. Well, speaking of learning and life lessons, life changes, you did graduate from Texas A&M.
I did.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That is awesome. But you've now moved away from us, too.
I know. It's sad. We officially moved out. I guess it's been a month now.
Yeah.
Moved over to the Austin area, enemy territory. But I've seen some Aggie rings over there. It's not too bad.
There's actually a lot, like even just our Aggieland artists in general. I know Jacob Stelly has moved there. And of course, I'm blanking on the rest, but there's a lot of y'all.
They're I don't. They're not Aggies, but I know Drew Fish lives out there. Matt Castillo.
Yep.
It was funny. My girlfriend Ashton, who you know, she lives on the south side of town, kind of off of Slaughter. And when she moved there before we did, I would go stay with her, and she has a Gold's gym right by her house that I would go work out at. One of the first mornings I went to that Gold's, Matt Castillo was in there.
Yes.
And I saw him walking away, and I like threw my hat at him, and he turns around. I was like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, I live in Buda. I work out here." I was like, "Oh, that's great." Then fast forward like 2 days later, I go back to that gym. Mason Lively's running on the treadmill. I'm like, what is this?
We
Gold's?
don't need the address to this gym.
I know. All the country guys are just hanging out there. I was like, this is weird.
God. Isn't that funny? Well, that's also another good thing for a different songwriter and a different perspective in life. You know, your time here in Aggieland obviously was great for you, and the music is outrageously good here. But you can also start to intertwine with some other artists by living in a different area, and that sound could change before you know it.
Absolutely. And venues too. It's like when I came here back in 2019, I was just, you know, enamored with Harry's. I was like, I got to play Hurricane Harry's. I've got to play Hurricane Harry's. It's always the dream. Yeah. I've played there 8 times now, I think. You know, and excited to get back there. Hopefully this fall, I think we're working on some stuff. But I haven't played much out in the Austin area. You know, we've played Green Hall and Cheatham Street, which is kind of more to San Marcos. But I'm excited to get some stuff over there. We're playing over at Copeland Dance Hall for the first time next month, so that'll be fun. And I think we're playing in Lukenbach out kind of a little bit further out.
Yes.
So I'm excited to break into a new market and test the waters.
I hope you do. I know you will. This guy is the most headstrong country singer that I know. If he dreams it, he makes it happen. So we're super excited for you, super happy for you, and really looking forward to more new music. But everybody, at midnight tonight, or I guess you would call it tomorrow, you can get Hayden Baker's brand new single, At Least I'm Here. It's been a while, but you got him back. And thank you, Hayden, for coming to debut it to everybody.
Thank you for debuting it. I want nobody other than Maverick 100.9 to do it. I'm so happy to be here and see you again.